Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, and here it is. This is the Sears tape cartridge system. And again, I don't want to repeat everything, that I've already said on this, but it is not a proprietary tape cartridge recorder as it appears. It's actually a standard Philips compact cassette compatible cassette deck. And it is heavy, like over 6 pounds. So one of you awesome viewers out there, help me date this thing. It's not as old as I thought. I was guessing because they use the terminology tape cartridge recorder that it predated the term compact cassette, which doesn't really make sense because actually the compact cassette, invented in 1963, was actually called that from the get-go. So I figured early 60s. Turns out this is 1968. And for the thumbnail for this, I have a picture of the ad. This is from 1968, and it was $68 back then. Now, even now, that's a lot for a shoebox recorder, a tape recorder. However, this was the only compact cassette recorder that they had in their range that year. Everything else was reel-to-reel in terms of tape. In addition to a lot of cool phonographs and other things, this was the only tape player, cassette tape player. And so yeah, it was like $67.50. So adjusted for inflation, that means this thing cost over $520. So can you imagine paying $500? But it was, you could just load a tape with no, it was a novelty, in a sense, because you could take a cartridge that was preloaded, pre-threaded, a child could operate it, and it was a convenience. Now we look back and we see reel-to-reel, and we're like, oh, that's much cooler than this. But this was a novelty to be able to put that in just like that, and you're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, it was $68, and they also had a payment plan. You could pay $5 a month, which is about $37 in today's money. So it's, again, a significant thing. Kind of like, I guess you would view, buying an iPhone or something, today. So it's heavy, like I said, about 6 pounds, 8 ounces. On the front here, we have a mic jack. We have an aux jack and an earphone jack. Over here, we've got an AVC, which is an automatic volume control. I assume that's for recording. There is the level, that's a VU meter, I believe, and a battery indicator as well. There is no built-in microphone on this beast. There is, and this, by the way, is heavy without batteries. It's just heavy. We're going to put batteries in a minute. Bass and treble control, volume control, the record switch. Here's the piano keys. They still have a good clunk to them, although the fast forward doesn't stay down. Only, and I don't know if it was designed this way. I seem to remember as a kid, even in the 80s, that this was kind of a thing. Sometimes some units you just held to fast forward. So I don't know if that's an issue or not. The rewind stays down, but the fast forward you have to, press and hold. Again, I'm going to show you inside the compartment here in the back. There's sort of these spring-loaded little bearings there. There's a write protect switch thing back there to see if it's, write protected or not. And there's a little thing up there. I'm not sure what that, I think that just is designed to hold it snugly. Turning it around here, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see the erase head, the record head. I have not cleaned the heads. These, which align, it's weird, they're not, it's interesting, but they align perfectly and hold snugly to the tape. And there's the capstan and the pinch roller. And yeah, so obviously it is a capstan pinch roller driven. That's something that I did not realize until, I'm not going to tell you how recently, but certainly as a child I didn't realize that the spindles that take up and feed spindles weren't the things actually driving the cassette tape, but they aren't. A little mirror sticker on there so you can see through the window how much tape you have left. And I will say this thing has a great solid snap into it. I was really happy to find out it wasn't a proprietary format. Although that would be cool, it would also be, kind of frustrating because I don't know how hard it would be to get a hold of those tapes. And that's it for controls on the back. It does have, whoa, focus. It does have an AC power jack, but this is a smaller, rounded type that is not as common today, and therefore we're going to run it off of batteries. On the bottom here, we got the model number 34201, and all of the information about Sears Roebuck and Company. I'm going to put a link to a fantastic document that one of you shared with me that helped me date this. It's a 1968 Sears catalog, and you can swipe through the pages and see lots of cool tech. I need to clean this off a little bit. So this is the battery compartment, which we'll look at in a minute. I was somewhat mystified about this until actually Fardermark told me that's where the microphone went. So this usually used to come with a little microphone. We'll be getting a replacement one hopefully pretty soon. But yeah, it's a little padded enclosure. I was thinking at first like rechargeable battery. There's no connections in there, no terminals. And then here we've got the battery compartment, which I don't have loaded because I wanted to show you it. I'm not going to take this apart, but as you can see in there, everything looks super clean. It takes 5 C-cell batteries, which is an amazing amount. There's a motor in there you can see behind that. An interesting design. This thing is heavy without it. It's literally over 6 pounds without the batteries. I mean, this is, you know, this is very heavy. But I think it's kind of interesting how there's like this white sticker apparently on this metal plate, the chassis, and this little plastic tab you run under the batteries there. So there's a chassis number down there and pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and load it up with some fresh Energizer batteries. I'm going to put this down so I can lift the batteries out easily when the time comes. And we'll give it a listen. So the story on this was, it took me a couple of days until I had a chance to get some batteries. But when I did, it works fine. I had no issues with it. It works splendidly. And again, I haven't even cleaned the head yet. But this thing is built to last. It is built like a tank. Definitely picked up 2 of the most rugged cassette players ever made that day. So, all right, we're ready to rock and roll, and it's even heavier now. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, there's no built-in mic. So I'm going to do a shoebox cassette player side-by-side record test. We're going to go through all of them that I have, and I think I have like 4 of them. And I'm going to go through all of them, and we're going to just kind of experiment with them. Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Let's go ahead and listen to, what do we got in here? So this is a weird random tape I picked up. German marching band music. Probably not going to trigger copyright, at least I hope not, but let's give it a listen. Surprise, there's no noise, there's no oxidation on the knobs. Plenty loud at 50%. Little noise on the tone control. And again, fast forward, you have to press and hold because it doesn't stay fast forwarded. It doesn't stay engaged, sorry. That was in English. And a lot of you tell me hit stop before you do rewind. Stop before you hit fast forward. Stop before you hit play. It's very mono, obviously, but the sound is bright, it's strong, it's got sort of that harsh, I don't know how to describe it, but like classroom equipment and vintage, you know, cassette players and even record players have kind of this hard, harsh edge to it, which is kind of interesting. This one does as well. I'm going to bring in my Voltron, Defender of the Universe, Lotor's secret weapon. Why not? You can play with it lit up too, by the way. This is just a... It doesn't sound good. I think that's actually the actor's voice and maybe a worn tape. But anyways, I'm going to say this lid doesn't do anything. There's no guide rails to hold the cassette. It's literally... And Fardermark has a Lloyd's unit that is very similar to this. But this is, you know, the way they did it. They're like, it's just a cover. You know, but the tape is held in place firmly down here. Interesting design how there's this void area over here. I think this is cool. I think this is unique. I really like it.
Driving the Robies to its knees. The moment the Robies fell, Koran and the others at the castle noticed a surge of power.
The force field is weakening. We may still have a chance.
Lance peered at the monitor.
It looks like Keith may need help. I'll take the other water sled and go after him.
At
See, the
post in the command
batteries are good
Lothar
still.
received a call from Hagar.
Although I'm sure this thing drains batteries like nobody's business.
Everyone here on the planet Doom is watching your battle with interest, especially your father.
My father's watching? Then tell the clone to attack and end it now!
Ah, but Loto...
50 years later, you guys, and this thing is solid. I mean, it is solid. And a beautiful cream and brown color with aluminum accents. And again, this was the only compact cassette tape player that year available from Sears, whether, you know, in their own brand or otherwise. I mean, this is the only unit that was available for sale, you know, to anybody, but that's all they were selling that year. They had a few reel-to-reel units, but so super cool. It has, you know, early, you know, adoption of things that we would, you know, associate with shoebox players. Speaker over here, the cassette mechanism here, controls up front, the carry handle. You know, those are the same basic, you know, principles that are evident on units today. So anyway, all right, guys, there you go. Cool unit. I'm really looking forward to using this more. It doesn't eat tape or anything. It seems to work perfectly. I do want to clean the head. And that's about it, though. So hope you guys thought that was interesting. If you did, would you please consider subscribing? I would really appreciate that. And give me a thumbs up. All that stuff helps the channel. Spread the word, too. If you like this video, share it out on your socials. Let people know. And I'm going to keep coming up with cool stuff to share with you. I just really enjoy our time together. I very much do. So thank you for watching. Happy record hunting. Happy cassette hunting. And you have a great evening, guys. We will see you tomorrow.